Alright, let's do a quick demonstration of my new program. It's a program to install car mods automatically. It's not fully automated, but it will do. First things first is you get a message when you use the program, which basically means that if you have your structures here, different names, then either replace those with my programs or tweak the settings. So click OK, and we get a bunch of things in here. First things is a base folder. This is basically your 5 server folder, which mine is in C drive, and 5ms. You click on browse to browse to the folders and you find the correct one. You click OK. If my server doesn't find your FXServer data master folder, it will say that it doesn't work and you probably have to redo it. However, if this program assumes that you've watched my previous tutorials, meaning my previous tutorials uses this syntax in the CFX folder. If you're doing replacements, you check the replacement, and if you're doing add-ons, you do check the add-on. Add-on is by default checked. Here's what I mean by if your structures here are different, say your add-ons folder has something else, like custom cars, you rename it to custom cars, which I had to edit for it to do. Custom cars. And what I mean by this is if your 5ms folder is CFX, if this folder, for example, add-ons is called custom cars and it has add-ons in it, you select it to type in custom cars instead of add-ons, and you do that by clicking edit and then typing it in. If you're not using structures at all and you just want to put your files into the resource folder, you remove this completely. I'm doing both add-ons and replacements, so let's start with add-ons. Mine add-ons actually called add-ons, so there you go. You click edit to edit, which is a bit obvious, I know. The mod folder name is what the folder is going to be called, so in the add-ons, I want to name mine YouTube tutorial. So in the meta files, we can right click and add meta files, desktop and my Modena 1999. These are the 4 files that we need. It should be in the base folder and there shouldn't be anything weird about it. I believe you can keep the ones in here just intact as they are. You can remove them if you want, but I wouldn't recommend doing so. Well, I would recommend actually, but I won't for video purposes. In the vehicle files, you do the same thing. You add the vehicle files from the folder stream in the base folder and you open it. For the meta files, my program will specifically look for .meta files, so be aware of that. However, the vehicle files look for any unfiltered ones, which means anything will pop up, which means you have to be careful when you're choosing the files. The vehicle files only accept YFT, YTD, and XML files as far as I'm aware. Once you have everything done, make sure everything's set up. Double check everything to make sure they're all properly set up in syntax. If they are, you go ahead and click create template and it should say successfully moved all add-ons or all meta and vehicle files. Let's check in here, see if we can find Y, YouTube tutorial right there. And it should say stream, resource, and then we have all the meta files in here, and in here we have all the vehicle files. The resource.lua also has the files we have in here, or the text, properly inputted, and everything is as it should be. So this is resource.lua, something I managed to fuck up on. I don't know how, don't question it. Anyway, so reset all, that button currently does not work. To reset everything, what you do is you exit and then you restart the program by bypassing the OK button, just like that. This was the add-on tutorial, and of course what you have to do here is you have to go to your CFXServer data master folder, go to start and then type in the folder name, which mine was the YouTube tutorial if you paid attention. And once that's done, you should be good to go. For replacements, it is basically the same thing. You do replacements and you browse for your 5XServer. And you should say replacements. Mine says single cars, so we remove replacements and we replace that with single cars. Done, done, done. And next, mod folder name, YouTube tutorial 2. My replacement has no meta files, so we do not add any of these, which means we remove these completely. Keep the apostrophes though, since the syntax is apparently important to 5M. Don't know why, but keep them in case. This is the stripped down installer and could teach you some things. The vehicle files, you right click and then you add the vehicle files. As again, these are unsorted, so any kind of files will pop up. Make sure make sure you know what you're doing and make sure you know what files you're adding in and be careful about it. So I'm adding 3 files, shouldn't be that hard. We create template and it says successfully moved all meta and vehicle files. Note that if it's empty, don't worry if it says that it moved all meta files because that's just hard coded. So in the replacements section, single cars, we have the file or the folder named YouTube tutorial 2. And in the stream folder we have everything we need. Installer is also empty, as it should be. And that's basically it. Now you repeat the same procedure with the server.cfg, which is basically start and then YouTube tutorial 2. Or whatever the text in here is called, mod folder name. So once you've done this, you can successfully start up your server and enjoy the fun of new cars. However, the reset all button currently doesn't work, so if you want to reset it, just do exit and then open it up again, bypass the OK button, and you're good to go. The 5M base folder is not the 5M base folder, it's the FXServer base folder. I will be renaming these, don't worry. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.